We have Paul Zientarski, a PE guru for Naperville Central High School in Illinois. Thanks for joining us, Paul. Paul, there's so many standardized tests out there, and people ask, how can we, maybe even as a PE teacher or an academic teacher, how can we prepare our students for those a little bit better?
Good question, Dave. The first thing we need to do is we need to understand that we must get our students moving prior to taking those standardized tests. It could include a walk, but if you can somehow increase their intensity a little bit, a little walk and jog, if you can do it outside the building with some fresh air, that's better yet. If you have an inclement day, then move throughout the building. But at least for, I would say, 20 minutes movement prior to sitting down to take those tests. It's also important for those students to have a good breakfast. That breakfast has to have a combination of protein and carbohydrates, complex carbohydrates, because our brain functions best on glucose, which is manufactured with a combination of those two items, carbohydrates and protein. So protein is important. Our students also need to be hydrated. So I would encourage you to allow students to bring water bottles to the test with them, so when they get thirsty, they could take a test. When you're thirsty or when you're hungry, you cannot focus. We go back to Maslow's hierarchy of needs. If a student is hungry and thirsty, they're not going to focus on any standardized test. So those things need to be taken care of. When you have breaks in the tests, get the students out of their desks, get them moving around, have them do cross-lateral movements, jumping jacks, anything to get the blood flow and the oxygen back into their brain so it works more effectively.